Hello and welcome to MÖRK Solo Doomed Misery episode 5. It's been a long time. I've had to modify some of my setup. I had to move some stuff downstairs or upstairs. And just in general, you're seeing a different table because this is a different room. Let's see what we have in the box today. So we have my book, Solitary Depths, Solitary Defilement, and we have our characters. We have our characters Galt, we have our character Jark, but we have one more character actually, and that one more character is going to be the character that we met the previous time, and that character is Burn. It's an amalgamation of Birder and Turn, so we're going to actually roll up some stats for him. Firstly, we have to decide a class. Let's actually figure that out. Let's see. What class should we make Burn? Occult Herb Master. I think we're gonna go with this one maybe. So, born of the mushroom, raised in the glade, watched by the eye of the moon in a silver-black pool. We're going with the Occult Herb Master for our new character, Burn. We'll just draw him as 2 hits, basically. There we go. Give him some glasses. We have to remember that he's kind of like a statue. He's a ghost kind of trapped in a statue. And also the fact that he's actually sharing a body with Turn, who is we're not quite sure what Turn is, but we know that there's some kind of ghost and is somebody that our character Galt killed by turning into a goblin. So we're gonna have to draw that out. And somehow, for some reason, Turn, even though he was turned into a goblin, they were able to retrieve his skull, and he's now in this situation. So let's draw his robes here. There we go. And this is going to be our character, Burn. Essentially 2 people, 2 undead folk. Okay, so let's actually roll up their stats. So 3d6 plus 2 toughness, because they are tough as wood. Okay, so that's not gonna be a whole lot, but that's gonna be 8 plus 2, that's gonna be a 10. So they got a 0 in toughness. Okay. They're low in protein, so they have 3d6 minus 2 strength. That's also not gonna be very good. 9 minus 2, 7, so they have a minus 1 in strength. And then for their presence and agility, we'll just roll as per normal. That's going to be a 15, so that's going to be a plus 2, which is good and makes sense because they are kind of a doctor. And agility, oh boy, 13. There's going to be a plus 1 in agility. Okay, so I don't think we're going to start them off with any kind of weapon or anything, but they do have a portable laboratory. The question is, do they still have it on them, or do they know where to find it? I think it's unlikely that they still have it on them, so let's see. That is gonna be an extreme no. It's gonna be a 1. I think it's been taken away from them, so unfortunately they will not be able to help in that regard unless they are able to find it again. Probably was taken by our villain, the spider monster Rebar. Let's see. So we can't actually make anything yet with the portable laboratory because we don't have that. But we do have D2 omens. We're just gonna we do have D2 omens, so we're actually gonna give them 2 out of 2 omens there. And for their HP is gonna be their toughness plus a D6. So I'm hoping that they have some good HP here. They have 3 HP. Okay, that's middling, but I'll take it. Their class is going to be Occult Herb Master. I think I'm gonna note down that they don't have their portable laboratory. Okay, there we go. So they also don't have anything on them at the moment. So that is gonna be our new character. They're not gonna have any armor either. I'm gonna actually say, here's some GM fiat. I'm gonna say that because they're made out of stone, they're already naturally armored. So I'm just gonna say it's a minus D2 stone skin. There we go. Okay, cool. So we now have these characters, and they are going to be heading for the lair of Rebar, trying to stop the curse. So we have Burn, we have Galt, and we have Jark. We are now going to continue on the journey that we were on previously. And if you guys remember, we have, I think, 2 more waypoints to actually go through. So actually, let's see what we're gonna find in these two waypoints. So in this next waypoint, we're going to have to roll a d10. And that's not good, because that means that something is definitely going to happen. Whether it's good or bad, probably gonna be bad. So let's see what we get. A 9. We get a rare or bizarre monster. Oh boy. Which means that we're actually going to take from our sheet here that I've prepared previously. Again, this is from Bestiary by Jake Milner and Ben Jones. And we are going to roll, I guess we're going to roll a d6. And if we get a 6, we're just going to say something from their past. I think that's going to be quite interesting if that happens. But we're going to face off with a rare or bizarre monster. But before we figure out what that monster is, let's actually figure out the rest of the details here. So we are currently in the Valley of the Unfortunate Undead. So we're going to roll for a trait. It's going to be an ancient Moor with many corpses. Okay, we are in an ancient Moor with many corpses. This thing has killed a whole bunch of people here. And we're gonna find out what this creature is. 4. The Chimera. Failed experiments of wizards, left behind in the ruins of old cities that have sunk beneath the earth. We're gonna have to generate out what this Chimera is, but this is one of the strongest actual creatures on this list, so we're not going to want to fight this thing at all, for sure. Okay, so the Chimera. It has a head of a bat. Okay, so it has a head of a bat, which is a d4 bite. The body of a centipede. Okay, body of a centipede. That's disgusting. And the tail of a ankylosaur. What the hell is an ankylosaur? I have no idea. But I'm gonna say it's like some kind of like dinosaur or something. So let's actually read this thing. The Chimera are gnarled amalgams, their bodies warped composites of familiar parts held together by ancient alchemy. So we come across this creature sneaking around this moor with many dead bodies surrounding it. And it's, I think, is it feasting on the bodies right now? Likely, which is good because we can just sneak past it, right? Likely. Yes. That is a strong yes. Holy shit. A bat and a centipede. Like, something like this, I guess? Head of a bat and like a centipedal body. Oh my god. That is truly disgusting. Something like that. And the tail of an ankylosaur. So I'm just gonna say it's like a spiked, upright kind of tail, maybe like that, and it's skittering around, eating up the bodies around it, and so it's distracted basically. I think we can just sneak past this thing. Do we have any reason that we're gonna want to actually engage this thing? I don't know. But we're gonna like write up its stats right now. So this is gonna be Chimera, and it's going to have HP of 19, a morale of 10. It's going to have a d4 bite or a d10 thump if we are closer to the back of it, which is bad. And it can climb because it's a centipede. Oh boy. So somebody in the chat recommended that we try to make it a pet. I think it's a safe chance to say that this is under the control of Rebar, but it might not be the case. But do we want to take that chance? I'm gonna draw a body so that we can have an actual scale of how big this thing is. And yeah, it's surrounded by these corpses, so that's the general size of this thing. Okay, so what do we do? I guess is the question. It's skittering around, it's eating the corpses. It doesn't seem to be worried about us. Do we think we can make an ally of this? Let's see. Does Burn know anything about this? Because Burn has been around the block here. I'm gonna say it's likely. Burn probably knows what this creature is. 12. Yes. Okay, so that is the case. They do know what this creature is. I have it written here that, yeah, so we have themes for like what this could be in relation to the spider demigod Rebar. So I think we're gonna roll a d10. And if it's a 7 to 10, it has no relation. It's just an existing monster. If it's a 1 to 6, it has a certain relation to our old friend Rebar. It's an 8. This is some kind of creature who is not a part of Rebar's monster army. It has nothing to do with Rebar. I don't think we're gonna want to approach it. But then again, we could make it a pet. You know what? I'm gonna approach it. We're gonna approach it and we're gonna see what its direction is. I have decided that we are going to be fools. And who is gonna be doing this thing? Let's see. So Burn knows the most about this creature. So I think Burn is gonna step forward here. He doesn't have anything. No, not Burn. No way. Never mind, not Burn. I'm going to make it Galt. So Galt is going to go forward and see what the reaction is on this creature. It's a 2d6, 3 and a 2. It's angered. It's angered by us, but it's not completely hostile yet. It doesn't want to attack us yet. But as soon as Galt approaches it, it kind of freezes up. It stares at Galt. Does it approach? I'm gonna say it's 50-50. Does it approach? No, it does not approach. It just stays there, munching on half of a head. Galt is like, good boy, good boy. I think he's gonna try to calm the thing down with his one presence. This is gonna go absolutely horribly. Let's see what happens. It's a DR12. Oh boy, that's a weak hit. Can I reroll that? I think. No, I think I want to reroll that. I think I'm gonna try reroll that. So I'm gonna reroll this die, and I'm gonna use an omen here. So I'm gonna use Burn's omen here. I'm gonna reroll this die. I'm gonna try to make that into a full success. Okay, here we go. No, come on. I really want to tame this creature, so we're gonna use one more omen. We know that Galt can't use his omen for anything except for armor rerolls. So Jark is also going to contribute an omen here, and we're gonna reroll it again. We're using up our omens here, which is a bad idea, but oh, there we go, 18. Okay, so the Chimera is not completely convinced yet that this is a friend or an ally, and I don't think it really cares all that much, but it calms down a little bit. I don't think it's interested in eating Galt for whatever reason. Maybe it's because it realizes that the thorns around Galt will probably harm it, and it won't be very nice to chomp through. So it kind of goes back to eating the human. But I think what Galt is gonna do is he's gonna take out some of his rations, which he has a lot of, and he's gonna toss the rations over to this Chimera. I'm gonna call it a Chimerapede because, centipede, Chimerapede. So he's gonna toss over some of his rations. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a chunk of it. It's gonna be half his rations. So it's gonna be 6 rations left. The Chimerapede looks at this and starts to eat on the rations. Do they like it? And this is the crucial part. Do they enjoy the rations? 18, yes, they do. Okay, this is good. They're starting to come over. Galt gives a bit more of the rations, a bit at a time. Okay, Jark, I think, is in the back with his sword up, his gigantic Graven Tusk slab, waiting to just destroy this thing if necessary. But Galt is making soothing tones at it. It's it's okay. And remember that these guys came on horses. So I think Galt looks back. You think we can ride this thing? I don't know how they're gonna react to that, but I think we've just made a friend of this Chimerapede somehow. Is it gonna allow us to ride on it? I don't think that's likely. I think it's taken a liking to Galt in particular, not to Burn or Jark. So unlikely. Oh, okay, we got a random event. Okay, a random event has just happened. Okay, somebody in chat just recommended that I sacrifice the horse and ride the Chimera. I'm going to do that. I'm going to offer the horse as rations. And But that's only if we can actually ride the Chimera. Let's roll that again though. Before we roll the random event. That's going to be barely a no, so just barely. So it's not gonna allow all of us to ride it, just Galt, because it's taken a liking to Galt. Let's see what the random event focus is though. 4 and 4, so that's gonna be an 8. A PC negative thing happens. Okay. What is this negative thing that happens to us? Boy, I don't like this. A bad feeling. It's going to be 18, which is going to be heal. 91. Heal at a cost. Oh, okay, so the negative thing is that the Chimerapede is actually feasting on these things because it is somewhat injured. So there's a huge gash in its side. So its HP is not at 19. It's probably something like, I don't know, like, let's roll a 2d6 and figure out its HP right now. Oh my god, it is really badly injured. We just got a 1 and a 1. It's gonna be a 2. So it's actually in very bad condition. But by feeding on these things, it's probably gotten a little bit more strength. Is that the case? 50-50 chance? No, it has not. Luckily, we have a doctor with us. So, Burn doesn't really have anything on hand, but can they try to actually aid this creature in any way for a little bit? Presence check. So that's gonna be 13 and... Oh! He can! Okay, he definitely can. That's a strong hit. So he's able to increase the health of the Chimerapede by actually treating its wounds for a bit. And that's gonna be a +5. So it actually has 7 HP left. And I think it's now taken a liking to both Galt and Burn, which is fantastic. This is fantastic. So we can sacrifice our horses, or at least the horses for Galt. Jark still needs his horse, and I don't think the Chimerapede really likes Jark. I'm just gonna say that. I don't think Jark really likes the Chimerapede either. We have Galt and Burn kind of like cooing over this horrendous beast, and Jark is just looking at this gigantic massacre, going, what the fuck are we doing here? So we're gonna sacrifice the horse to the Chimerapede, and it's gonna chomp away happily, and then we're gonna ride it off to the next location. Okay, we have an ally with us. Only 7 HP left right now though. So, next location. And this is the last location that we need to go to before we actually hit the lair. Let's see. What happens in this last location here? D10. That's gonna be a 9, which is... Wait, is that another bizarre creature? I think it is. Oh boy. It's another bizarre creature. Holy shit. Oh god, we're getting really interesting luck here. Trait 9, shifting 9 again, monument 4 is a trap, shifting monument trap, and there's a bizarre creature here, shifting monument trap. So there's some kind of monument and the creature is using it as a trap for us. So we're gonna roll a d6 again, and if it's a 6, it's something from our past. So it's gonna be a 2. Oh, this is interesting. A sweaty manifestation of the worst aspects of your personality. It looks like you, it sounds like you, but it is sick and won't ever stop. When a witch lays a curse upon the arrogant ego, these manifestations crawl up from the dirt to hunt down and replace their namesake. Oh, I see. So, is it Galt or is it Jark? Let's ask that. Is it Galt? Yes. So, what is Galt's worst aspect of their personality? We know they're a coward, we know they stutter when they lie, we know they are kind of a deceptive individual, so that makes sense. As we approach this monument, this shifting monument, so we find like basically what appears to be some kind of, maybe an obelisk that seems to be shifting and having this weird glow around it, but it's a trap. So as we're approaching this obelisk, we are met with somebody who looks exactly like Galt, and they come out from within the obelisk. And I think it's safe to say that we are surprised by this. Let's actually check that at an advantage roll. We're not. We are actually not. Just barely not. So Galt steps forward and they are able to kind of like look this creature in the eye. And I think this creature looks at Galt and goes, I am you. And Galt is kind of frozen in terror maybe. But I think he goes, this must be a curse of rebars. And I think it is. So I'm just gonna roll to see like if it is. Let's roll a d10 here. Yep, we got a 4, which is flesh and spider. So yes, it's a version of Galt created by Rebar, who knew that they were coming. This creature comes up to the party. I know what's gonna happen here. He goes up to Jark in particular, and he removes his helmet, which Galt has never done. He removes his helmet, and for the first time, Jark is able to see Galt's face. Here's the problem. Galt is a fugitive knight. The sizable bounty on your head will make anyone, friend or foe, turn against you should you ever dare remove your helmet. Galt has a 3,000 silver bounty on his head. That's enough to make anyone rich. That's enough to make anyone be able to retire from their adventuring profession. And that's enough for Jark to take a step back, and what is he gonna do? So he's going to turn against Galt, that's for sure, but I think there's something better that he can do here. I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna take a swing at the manifestation of Galt. And he's gonna say, I know that you have a bounty on your head, and we're gonna take it. So what Jark is planning on doing is actually killing Galt's clone and turning that in order to get the money. We're gonna go into combat here. Let's see who goes first. That's gonna be the PCs, I think. So here's the problem. If it was a 1 to 3 and the enemy started first, I was gonna make it so that he'll put his mask back on and try to switch around with Galt, and they're gonna be confused about which is which. But luckily, Jark was able to make the first move, so he's able to swing at this doppelganger immediately. So let's see, does he actually hit? 11 plus a 3 is gonna be a 14. That is gonna be absolutely a hit immediately. So we're gonna see a d10 damage, 3 damage. So he takes a swing and takes a big chunk of the new Galt's face, and the new Galt laughs and puts back on its helmet. It's now at 5 HP, but it takes its turn and it swaps around with Galt. And now we are not sure who is who. So we're gonna roll for the initiative for the next turn, and now everybody can move, right? So there's gonna be 3 though, which means that the new Galt basically is going to use his turn and say, I'm the real Galt. And I think all of them are going to have to try to figure out which is the real Galt. So what I'm gonna do is there's gonna be a presence check whenever anybody attacks either Galt to see if they are actually attacking the proper version. So Galt, however, is gonna be able to do his attack fine. So he's gonna actually try to take out his dagger and try to swing at this doppelganger of himself. And he is going to miss. And the doppelganger laughs. Now, Burn is going to try to do an attack. He's gonna be doing a very low amount of damage because he's unarmed, right? So we're gonna see if he is able to hit. He's not able to hit. And Jark, here's the problem. Jark does d10 damage. He might accidentally kill his own friend. He's gonna try it anyway. He's gonna try it. So 20. Oh, that's a critical. The question is, who does he hit? He got a 20, which means that he does double damage. Let's roll the damage first. Okay, so he deals 6 damage, but I'm actually gonna use the Omen here to maximize that damage. I wanna kill this creature if I can. So I'm gonna put it to 2. Okay. And then I'm gonna use another Omen to try to make it so that it's easier to actually figure out which Galt is which. So what this is gonna do, actually let's take a look at the book here. Lower the test by -4. Okay, cool, got it. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna lower the test by -4, but if he hits, he's gonna outright kill this creature. So it's a DR 12. Now it's a DR 8, and he has to roll a 9 or above. And he only has 1 Omen left. So he has to roll a 9 or above in order to hit the correct Galt. Oh shit! No, 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 no. No, that's a reroll. That's a reroll. He's using his last omen here for a reroll. I don't want to kill one of our own party members. That's our last omen though. This could be bad. Oh god. Okay, good. So Jark beheads the correct version of Galt. I think he sees like a dent in the armor that looks a bit different from Galt's, and he chops his head off. And that's that. He smiles, he leans down, he takes off the helmet, and he looks at Galt. We are rich. And so yeah, so he's gonna he's gonna take that with him. So fake Galt's hit. Galt is slightly perturbed by this series of events, but they're gonna continue forward, riding on their Chimera Pete as they throttle across to the layer, the final layer of Rebar. I think this is where we're gonna end this episode of MÖRK BORG. In the next episode, we'll actually go into the layer and we'll actually be doing a dungeon crawl. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this was a crazy episode. It's been a while since I actually put up a session, but this was like really fun and it's good to get back into the swing of things again. So if you liked it, hit like and subscribe and comment to tell me what you think about the events that transpired today. Alright, goodbye!